Hi there, this is Piano Method Level 2A, looking at page 11. It's called Valse. This is a little piece by Chopin, right? Part of a piece by Chopin, adapted, so it's a little simpler, but it sounds nice. So a bunch of things happen with this one. We're going to look at the right hand first. It does not have the melody, pretty much, but it has a lot of triads, right? Here you got C, E, and an A. So when you've got these triads, what you're really looking at is the shape, right? You've got a third here and then a fourth on top. The bottom note's a C, so you don't have to read every letter. You don't have to think C, E, and A. You have to think that's a C, right? I'm going to stick a C here and put a third and a fourth on there, right? So once you have one note, you're just finding that shape in your hand and plunking it down, right? And then the next measure, similar thing. You still keep the A on top, right? It's good to keep track of the same note if it happens again, right? But the bottom notes are further away, right? So basically a B, a third, and then a fifth on top, right? So just a lot of stretching, a B, a third, and then that fifth, right? So still the A, but it's a stretch. So as the piece works through the first couple lines, you're just kind of playing back and forth between this one with a C on the bottom, the one with the B on the bottom. Right, and the big thing, now that the pieces move around more and more on the piano, is really just feeling your way through it. You notice that I'm playing inside instead of trying to play them out here, right? Because they all feel the same here, but here they don't. You can feel the two white keys here. As I'm stretching to the other one, I have to jump over that black key, right? And I can feel, right, all the distance in here, right? So as much as you can, make use of those black keys. Later on, as you head into this second line, this is the same triad as at the beginning. Here you've got a D sharp and an F sharp. They're both sharped. This one, just remember that is the same D, so you want that D sharp to carry here. So this one is still a sharp on the bottom. The A is not, right? But all through this into here, you're going to be shifting around just a bit. So again, once you find that, so let's go back to here. So you've got your C, E, A. The next thing is a D sharp and F sharp. So if you can just kind of butt into the black key, that D sharp, you're going to shift here and then you feel this black key, right? So really feeling back and forth. And it's good to practice, play the last thing you had to play, the next thing you have to play, right? That'll help a lot. After that, you have the same D sharp and the A on top, right? So just feeling all that stuff, it's all related, right? And then after that, here you're moving to a D natural and an E, D and a G sharp, right? And then you're going to keep that G sharp here. So just navigating those ones. So you have D and E, D and G sharp, right? And again, just feel the black keys. You can feel that one here, right? The next thing, you're going to keep that G sharp, just switch fingers on it and find the C above it, right? So as much as you can feel your way through this shift, right? That one sounds terrible, but it's correct. And then this one, right? So without having to look at your hands, that'll help a lot. Right, and as soon as you're done with that, the next chord, it's going to have this A on top. Stick your pinky on it, and you're back to what you had at the beginning. All right, so as you're navigating that right hand, just feel your way through that. Okay, I'm going to hold this camera on my hand so you can see this. So from the top, 1, 2, 3, rest, 2, 3, right, stretch, and drop into it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, rest. Here's that sharp. Rest. 2, 3, 1, right? Keep that G sharp. Right, and then right back. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Last line. 1, 2, 3. Same thing. Find that black key. 2, 3. Rest. 2, 3. Right. Everything's right there. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. And then looking at the left hand, it's going to do some similar things. So again, the more you can feel your way through this, the better. So you're starting on an E. These are just steps. That's not hard. Once you hit the second line, then you really have to stretch around. It's the same types of things. So the beginning, you're just starting on an E, right? So these are all pretty easy. But once you hit the second line, then you're stretching and feeling your way through all the way up to that's an E above middle C. Okay, so starting here, you're starting on an E, right? You feel the C, the D sharp, and stretch to the C. And there's a couple ways to do this. The best one is just to butt up against that black key. Once you've passed those two white keys, right? It's the one on the right, right? You know what a C feels like. Also feel the stretch. It's a sixth, right? And then you stay up here. And then an A sharp, and then you're stretching up to this E. So again, feel past the black keys, right? So just working your way through that. And then after that, you're going to find your way back to the E. So feel an octave, right? Then you can play that E again. Right, so lots of stretching, lots of feeling the black keys, and then substituting fingers just to crawl around. Okay, so let's do just the left hand. Again, I'm going to keep the camera on my hand. Okay, 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 2, 2. Second line, 2, 2. 2, 3, and back again. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Last line. 1, 2, 2, 2. Right, and notice anytime I've got 2 notes at the same time, just a little height, then you can drop into them instead of trying to, play them together with just fingers. Right, your wrist can control that a lot better. All right, so I'm going to stick this up here and do both hands at the same time, hopefully. All right, so everything's on the lower side for this piece, right? All that we get up to is here, and the left hand will shift around a little bit too. All right, so from the top, left hand first, and the left hand has the melody, so keep the right hand softer. I should mention, to play soft, just drop in a little slower in the right hand. The faster you go, the louder it is, and the deeper, the more height you have, the louder it is. So just keep your right hand a little slower, a little closer, right? That'll keep it quiet. Okay, 1, ready, go. Second line. Slowing down, back to the beginning. Not the beginning, like the beginning. The last line. 1, 2. All right, hopefully that makes sense. And again, just try not to look at your hands. You should be able to play this whole piece without looking at your hands once you're set up, because it's all just crawling around, feeling your way through all those shifts. All right, have fun with that one.